Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Channeling Spirit, where I give readings from your spirit guides live here every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And I did take last week off because of the holidays, which was much needed for myself, um, as the energies last week, particularly over the weekend, were really powerful and strong and intense. And I was just being guided to relax and take it easy and catch up on some extra sleep. Curious if any of you were feeling those energies as well. I feel they were related to the recent new moon that we had the last couple of days ago or around that time, the weekend. And it was a particularly powerful new moon, as my guides were showing me. We channeled some messages from Chester Bennington a couple of weeks ago here on Channeling Spirit, and he was starting to come through with some activating messages about that coming up new moon regarding the divine feminine wisdom rising on the planet and getting more powerful and strong. And also, I just did my monthly new moon galactic mission report that I do every month on my Patreon group. I did that yesterday live and had so many powerful messages coming in from David Bowie, who's really a galactic ambassador on my team and one of my main spirit guides, who really helps me connect into the different frequencies of the galactic energies, and also gives us updates every month, including other guides that will pop in. The Galactics also come in a lot on those reports. But I left a link to that in case any of you here would like to watch it. All you have to do is, it's in the descriptions box, is click on the link and sign up as a free Patreon member, and you can have full access to that entire report. But it was really powerful. I shared some activating dreams that I had with Bowie and Trump related to the recent elections, and what was coming through on that. But welcome everyone who's here in the comments. Hello, Jim. Hi, Faith. Yeah, Jim saying definitely been fatigued. Yeah. It has been a while since I've been so wiped out energetically from any type of celestial event. Probably not since like the solar and lunar eclipses that we were having earlier months ago. But in general, yeah, it was a lot of energy. But I do feel that we're going through a very big transition, collectively speaking, based on all that came through with that report. And who knows what the guides want to share for the group message today. Yeah, Faith is saying, been hanging nausea and acid reflux. Oh, wow. Which for me usually means an integration of lots of energy. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting how these different energies and solar flares and light code activations coming in from also the cosmic central sun and our sun really affect us so differently. And yeah, it's good to pay attention so you can kind of understand how your body processes energy in that way. I often share this with my Patreon members because we talk about these topics a lot over there. But in general, what my guides have shown me about these higher level frequencies and activations that we get is that it takes it takes a minute for that to process through our entire chakra system. So as we get these higher upgrades, higher frequencies coming in, it pulls out all of the dense energy or anything that's not a match. So sometimes that can cause, it's like a detox. That's how Archangel Raphael often explains it to me. Even when you're experiencing physical symptoms, and I just have to put this out there, I'm not a medical professional, so I always go to a doctor if you have anything concerning on the medical front. But in general, a lot of it is just our body's natural way of responding to the shifts in the frequencies, and it can cause like an emotional detox or just a purging that will also sometimes have physical symptoms associated with it. But the trick and key point is to not be in fear of that, and just allow your body to talk to you and your higher self. Always tune to your higher self and source for higher wisdom on how those activations might be affecting you physically and emotionally, even. Because there's a lot of times where we'll go through like a purging after a really impactful energetic shift or upgrade like that. So, yay. So, hi, Brandita. Yeah, so we have a few people watching live right now. Hopefully, more will join us later. I do have a few guides, so I typically take my spirit drive. I don't usually know who's going to come in. Um, and so I got 3 different guides show up and that they're around. But it wasn't really clear like who wanted to step forward. So what I was being shown is to give you guys who are here in live in the comments the opportunity to pick which guide you would want me to share a message from. So we'll just see who you guys pick and who wants to step forward also. So I had Aphrodite, the goddess of love, the Greek goddess of love, come through. She's around. And I had Loki, who's our little favorite Norse god of chaos and mischief. But he also has a lot of wise advice. And I had King Arthur come through. So those are the choices: Aphrodite, Loki, or King Arthur. And I'd love for you guys to vote in the comments who you would want me to bring in a group message from, because I really don't have a sense of what anybody wants to share. But I would love to just channel a message for you all. And then also feel free to share or post your question with 3 hearts next to it in the comments if you have a question for your spirit guides. Okay, so looking in. Hi, Kira. Woohoo, exciting. Yes, okay. Aphrodite. Jim votes for Aphrodite. Okay. And oh, Aphrodite from Faith and Aphrodite from Kira. And I know we don't have a lot of people here, so I'm pretty sure that that already uh wins, right? She's the winner. Okay, so yes. So I've been connecting a lot with her energy. Wow, and I feel her coming in strong. And I had a feeling you guys might choose her because I was guided to wear this pink shirt, and that the pink is her color. Wow, lots of energy. Yeah, coming in from the back, coming in from behind, all around my crown. So she's definitely very present with us at this time. Um, her energy is associated with the planet Venus. If you're a Venusian starseed, or if you feel like you have that in your starseed heritage, you would probably connect really well with her energy naturally. Um, and also, oh, the pink rose. The pink rose carries her frequency. And eventually, in one of my future Patreon sessions, we'll be doing some kind of pink rose activation with her, I'm sure. But I have been working with her more. I actually have a friend, 2 friends, that have her as a main guide, that I'll be collaborating with one of them on some workshop that we're going to co-create, like kind of with her guidance, Aphrodite, but also with some of the other guides on my team that I channel. So that'll be fun. But let me just tune in and see. Oh, Brandita was saying, oh, sorry, that she needs to watch the movie. Thank you for reminding her about King Arthur. Oh, good, good. Yay. I knew there's probably a reason why he showed up too. And Faith says, oh my God, she connected me with a Venusian mermaid the other day who has been with me ever since. So synchronistic. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. She's so connected to that. And Venus, the goddess Venus, is a Roman version of Aphrodite. And there's some kind of really beautiful, famous painting that my friend has like on her wall that is that she associates with like Aphrodite and that. So it's a beautiful, her energy is so, and she is like, okay, so the reason why she's showing me that painting or reminding me of that painting is because it's a painting of like her coming out of an oyster shell. And when we were channeling her the other day in our Patreon, or I think it was our mediumship circle practice, I had Aphrodite as a guest guide, and she was showing us a lot of like water references and stuff to pick up on her energy. And I didn't know about that painting, but somebody in the group mentioned it, and then my friend has it on her wall, so she sent me a picture. But yeah, so that makes sense, Faith, that there would be a lot of like mermaid, energy coming in with her frequency as well, or that she connected you with your mermaid guide. I love that. I love you sharing that. Awesome. Oh, the movie Brandita was talking about is called The Sword in the Stone. Yes, I actually have to watch that too. Is that the cartoon? It's like a Disney cartoon, or there is some Disney like movie with King Arthur that I haven't watched, and Merlin, I think too. Okay, so going back to Aphrodite, I would like to so she's here, she's saying she's here to empower us on the love frequency. So she's all about hearts and flowers, rose energy, any color. Um like I said, pink is very strong. She'll bring in, she's saying, her Venusian charm. So she's very charming. Like she has that, she's calling it the antidote. So her charming personality, she's kind of showing that to mean like charismatic or flirtatious, but very loving and easy to talk to, she's saying. So she's kind of showing her personality as a guide to be very similar to the frequency of like, she's showing Mother Mary and Princess Diana, but she was highlighting more like Princess Diana. And she's calling herself a rose fairy queen. Um, and yeah, and a princess, like a Venusian princess. There's a hierarchy she's kind of trying to show me of like royalty of different guides that work with the Venusian, I'm sorry, energies, and they come in as a collective, but she's kind of like a leader or like ahead of that. Um yeah, collective. So she brings in, she can be one, like Faith was mentioning, to help you connect to your Venusian guides or higher self aspects. In this case, connecting Faith to her mermaid like form or past life. So yeah, so she's very connected to the element of water. She has like a very watery, like free flowing nature about her. Right now, she's just showing me like just talking about how she is as a guide, because I think she wants to give everybody a sense of reference with her energy and how to connect with her. So yeah, you can connect with her like anytime. This is how she's showing me you can connect with her. She's showing me like you can connect with her by admiring that beautiful painting, but she's broadening that to show any beautiful painting. Anytime you admire beauty or the beauty of life in general, the beauty of your surroundings, the beauty of nature itself, the beauty that your soul naturally possesses as an angel of God here on earth in human expression, is when you embody her energy as a goddess. So she's activating us right now, she's saying, as to be like a queen goddess, and she's using the word queen bee. So she's associating herself with like the bee as a symbol, but also that bee is a symbol and reflection of goddess Isis, who's a mother archetype goddess for us. And okay, so she carries, yeah, the frequency of Venus. I kind of lost track of where she was going with that, but yes, the appreciation of beauty all around you. She's very connected to the nature spirit. She's highlighting like the elemental guides on your, the elemental forces on your team work in conjunction with Aphrodite. And she considers herself to be like a nature spirit goddess, similar to how Persephone, another Greek goddess, works. So her and Persephone are very close. The fact that she's bringing that up, she's also reminding me that every time I tune to her energy, just very generally, I get a connection to Artemis as well, another nature goddess, believed to be Greek as well. Um, yeah, I need like a reference book for how all these gods and goddesses are connected to the different like mythologies and cultures that they come from. But even if they're not from the same culture, they share a connection in their deep love for nature and how they work with us as guides on our team. So, yeah, so she's showing me a strong connection to Artemis, a strong connection to the nature spirits, the water spirits, and elemental guides like the mermaids. And yeah, her message, anything else? She's just here to activate you on the love frequency. So she's showing um, like okay. She's showing me like as if she's like holding our heart, like our heart chakra, but she's gifting us a magic rose that is a gift from Aphrodite, and it's going to blossom in our hearts and open us up to being able to see very, and she's calling it with through rose colored glasses, but in this case that's a good thing, the beauty that's all around us. So she's really activating our higher heart to perceive with clarity and the higher vision of truth, of how we're all connected to source, we're all connected to nature, we're all connected as one living being. And when we learn to work in harmony and in union with nature, we always achieve the highest outcomes for all. So when we work according to the laws of nature, and we work in conjunction, in union with the divine, in union with our higher self, we will always achieve like the most magical results, the most beauty will be created. It's through the love of in our hearts. It's like our own unconditional love for ourself, for source, for all that is required for us to stand together in this like fight, which we hear a lot about, like the spiritual warfare and all of the different tactics of like the darker forces that are trying to hold us down. We She wants us to embrace like the magic that's already there. It already exists. It's just waiting for us to tune into it, and we have to learn to love ourselves and in like self-empowerment comes from the frequency of unconditional love for ourselves and living true to our highest authentic form or nature as God like gave us the right to express ourselves and our truth. So never be afraid, never live in doubt that you are loved, that you are fully like that you belong here. So she's really about like building communities that are based on a sense of belonging and higher purpose, mission work. She's kind of like using my Patreon as an example, or just the community that we're building here. She wants you all to learn how to trust in your intuition and trust in your higher senses to always lead you down the highest path, but always trust your heart to lead. So she's showing herself to be a guide on many of your teams that some of you should really reach out to, because if you felt that heart activation, or if you felt her energy really strong as I was sharing that message, reach out to her and invite her in to help you see like the bigger picture, I guess you could say, of what like is already before you that's magical. And like she's using the word like enchantment. She'll enchant you into a higher understanding of your own soul's gifts and powers, and how you can express them more freely in a more like authentic and giving way. So I really feel her kind of dying down with that, and that's a pretty solid message coming in from Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love. I'd love to see who's all here. Um, we got Bill Clinton in the comments here. Um, hope you have a wonderful day too. Okay, so we have Yeah, I'm yeah, the reason I don't is because I'm channeling. So when I'm connecting to spirit, I'm looking like through my third eye to see what they're showing me. If I look in the camera, so I can do that and still channel, but I feel for me it helps me to stay true to the signal because there's a lot of like um yeah, comments moving up on my screen and that can be distracting. Okay. There's a lot of energy to hold, and when you're in front of an audience like this, so I try to like really keep that signal clear. Let's see, going back up. Okay, so Faith says, I did your twin flame activation from Helios and Vesta, and my divine masculine appeared as a solar deity aspect. His name was Mika. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I have a divine twin soul flame activation that will it's a meditation that was channeled by the solar sun god Helios and Vesta. It's on my page. Check it out. Thank you for sharing. That's so awesome. Okay. So James is here. I said Jim because I see your name. James. Hi, James. Um, I'm going down. So I have a question coming in from Benefsha. Sorry, Benefsha. All right, here we go. And thank you for that, Faith. Beautiful message from Aphrodite. Beautiful. And hello, Daniela. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the questions. So yes, please post questions. If you have questions for your guides, you can, ask for a message from a specific guide on your team or a general message, but the general rule of thumb is the more specific of the question, the more specific of the answer. But all are welcome. All questions are welcome. So, Benefsha, I would love to receive a message from our loving source. Wow, this is so amazing that you're having me connect to source because it just side note, I have some stuff I'm processing in my own personal life that my guides have been telling me. In fact, today reminding me right before I got on here actually that I should meditate with source to get more clarity on this issue. But so here we go. We're just gonna tune right now into source and a general message. Well, first of all, it's just I'm feeling like and being shown like all the love coming from source to all of us right now. And I'm seeing a connection from the Aphrodite message that that was ultimately a gift from source. So like a gift from Aphrodite was a gift. The gift from Aphrodite was also like a gift from source today. So, Source's message, and this is how it's coming in. It's like Source's message for the day is to stay calm, stay centered. It's like be in peace, dear ones. Be in peace. All is well that ends well. So, he's kind of reflecting me back to some of the messages that I mentioned came out in our galactic mission report that there is like turmoil in the air. There's a sense of like unknowing or um like not feeling safe. Like some people, I think he's talking about the collective. There's a feeling of like unsafety, like people are just not stabilized. He's wanting you to stabilize in the higher frequencies, stabilize on the frequency of love. um Stay tuned to these higher messages that come in that help you to awaken the Christ or the Buddha within, awaken you to your highest path, enlighten you to your highest source magic, which is ultimately you create the reality. You choose the reality you prefer to live in by living according to God's laws and divine will. And you that gives you a sense of purpose. That's what gives you a sense of higher purpose in all that you do, even down to the littlest things, like how you interact with the trees, how you interact with nature, the insects, just how you view the world, your world view, how you perceive yourself, being a shining example of source in the world, a living example, which you all are. You all are the lights of the world. Everyone is connected to source at all times. There's never a separation or a breakup from that relationship that one has with self, their higher self. That inner union of the divine masculine and feminine energies is within, is found within. And it's found when you remain in a state of calm and centeredness and peace and balance. So, going back to what is needed is understanding, compassion. um we're on this hero's journey right now as a collective that's requiring a lot of patience and perseverance. And when he says perseverance, he's talking about like perseverance, like being able to find that stable ground in the eye of the storm when everything around you appears to be falling apart. So it's like that safety zone, that safe ground is found within. That's what it means to go back to source, go back to your center point. And the advice is generally like stay on the middle path, stay on the middle path. Like don't um let like the wind or the chaos sway you into being like super one-sided in your view. Source wants you to be able to take a multidimensional perspective, and he's highlighting like forgiveness. um he's just highlighting forgiveness as it relates to shame, and um general critique, like over critiquing like other people's actions in general, either whether that's people on a public platform, on a public stage, on a world stage, or people that you know in your own life. Forgiveness is key, and learning how to see with compassion the truth of someone's heart and higher mission. And so I feel, yeah, like there's just a lot that could go on with that message. And I could take up a lot more time, I'm sure. But I do feel, because I'm asking, that that's a complete message. But it's a general message for all of us to hear, and a reminder to connect with that, the source power within, through Aphrodite's message and through Source's message. So beautiful, Benefsha. Thank you for bringing that in, for me to channel Source. I love it. No one's ever asked me to do that before, so that's awesome. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna look for any more questions, and I might have missed some, so I'm gonna go back up to the top. Let's see. And thanks for everyone that kind of shared about the channeling and why I look up. Okay, so Brendita, oh no, Faith first. Okay, Faith says, could I please have a message from Mika about my path with inner divine union or Heros Gamos? My message got cut off by mistake. Oh, okay. Okay, let me just go back and so that was part of your a question you were sharing about that activation. Divine masculine came in, a powerful solar deity aspect. Okay, looked golden like the sun. Ooh, powerful. Okay, that's like the Helios vibration aspect too. Okay. Yes, Mika, about my path with inner divine union or okay, I'm just hearing the word template. I'm not really fully tuned in yet, but I just keep hearing the word template coming in. So let me just tune into his energy. Yes, confirming a solar deity aspect of your higher self and a representation of your divine higher counterpart and twin flame union as it relates to your solar like deity, higher source aspects, of the sun, God, and goddess archetypes that we all carry within. So he's actually showing and explaining this concept so we can kind of understand it, I guess, as a group, that we all carry internally within our DNA and genetic coding, because we all essentially were birthed from the sun. Now, the Helios and Vesta are twin flames that represent the sun deities, but they're the sun of our solar system. So we all eventually came originally from source, the cosmic central sun, but we all kind of fragmented down according to our own divine soul blueprints and genetic coding into these fractalized aspects of our higher self, or source union with the divine, where we are all one and we are all merged within that template. And so as this Okay, so he's saying that we all carry these templates within of these solar aspects that are within us, and that is part of what's being activated now. So he's kind of addressing with you and his union, or that aspect of yourself that's being activated with you now. And we all have the potential to do that, the more that we tune to that higher self aspect, and allow our source, or allow source or our higher selves to lead us into that union, where we can meet and connect with these higher aspects in a way that allows us to have that soul recognition. Okay. But he was starting to shift to you and your question about your inner divine union and your heroes gamos. Okay, which is the alchemical marriage between the two counterparts, the twin flames. And we all have a twin flame, because we were all created as one energy, and then eventually with like two aspects, the divine masculine, divine feminine, which we carry within us as well. Okay, so yes, so I'm hearing you are, in regards to your heroes gamos, I'm hearing like you are on course to like a wedding of okay, it came in so fast. I'm trying to like a course of like experiencing wedded bliss. Okay, wedded bliss. So I'm getting, there's a blissful union coming, where more of your counterparts will be exposed, meaning like you're going to start to recognize more of your different, like all these different higher self kind of aspects of your twin flame as you've met them in like other lifetimes. So this is connecting into like parallel realities or other lifetimes where your counterpart has presented in certain ways, and you're starting to pick up like all the pieces of this greater puzzle, and you're starting to understand like more of the uh, it's hard to put into words because it's coming in like as a knowing. It's just such an expansion in your process is what he's showing me, that it's like this really high, like this bigger, greater unit is kind of broken into all these like past life memories and soul memories that carry essentially all of them. This is what he's showing me. All of your past life memories, or all of your soul memories that come to the surface during this time of awakening, um, have carry some essence of your twin flame, or some like message, or some um, aspect of your twin flame journey, whether it's through the themes that your soul chose to explore in those lifetimes, or through the heartache that you experience, or just some kind of aspect of that twin flame journey dynamic, which involves separating out away from each other and going on an independent journey, and then coming back together, usually in your final lifetime on Earth, or part of your final ascension cycle, is when you then come into soul recognition, full soul recognition of your twin flame counterpart, while on Earth. And that can also happen if one of you is on Earth and another, and your twin flame might be in another dimensional realm, like a galactic realm, or in the astral, like crossed over in spirit, I would say, because my twin flame is in spirit, and we met like after he had crossed. Like we didn't know each other in the physical. But yeah, so higher memories and activations are going to come through around this, but he's just saying that you're kind of like picking up all these soul pieces and fragments of yourself and your twin flame. He's helping you, but there's like different versions of your twin flame that exist that you're connecting to, and it's helping you kind of see the bigger picture of how this all relates to sort of your DNA coding, like coming back on, or your genetic makeup, like coming back together in alignment with its original form, like the non-distorted form. So I feel like there's a lot of past work recovery that is necessary, he's saying, on the twin flame journey to go deeper into the quantum realms for healing and soul growth and to get all your power back. Because essentially you're here to anchor in those higher frequencies, encodings that your twin flame activates within you on the planet. And I'm sorry if I cough a little bit today. I have like a sinus thing I'm kind of getting over, like a little tickle that comes in and out. But I feel it was like a full message for you, Faith, and I hope that resonates on some level. It was really expansive what he was trying to show me, so sometimes it's tricky to fully be able to translate that in exactly how they're showing me, because he's reminding me that the twin flame journey it's not easily grasped by the human mind. The ego mind has limitations in what it's able to perceive or understand fully about, like the magnificence or that the extraordinariness of that journey and what it actually is when you do come into contact. But he's just reminding me that it can trigger a lot of past life memories, kundalini activations. So it's a very high level frequency when you do come into contact with your true twin flame. Okay, so great question, Faith. Let me just see what anything else is. Oh, wow. Okay, I want to see your response here. Wow, it's totally happening now. I was wondering why all these feelings and past life memories and different beings were coming through lately. Okay, thank you so much. Yay. Yes, yes. So they all like carry something kind of like he's saying your twin flame frequency. It's like coming through and it's helping you to kind of merge, right? Merge. We talk about the twin flame soul merge. That's what's happening to you. In how all this stuff is coming up. So thank you for confirming that. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I just saw this question. Oh my gosh, Jim. Okay, he wants a message from Michael Jackson. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me that you're asking me about Michael Jackson? Guess who I've been like connecting with for like the last like 3-4 days straight? Michael Jackson. And there's a lot going on with him, and I'm just processing a lot of stuff, and I will eventually so I'm collaborating with him because I'm going to be doing a channeled video with him very soon. It's in my schedule. I don't know when I'll actually go about posting it live, because I'm working on a side project that I don't want to share too much about right now, but it's going to involve, more celebrity channelings and things. So, but oh my God. Okay. Yes. So it's just funny that you brought in this. It's not a coincidence. It's definitely Michael coming through. I will definitely be answering that question, but I got to go back up to Brendita here. Can I get a message from my team tomorrow? I'm going to be auditioning virtually for a reality TV show. Can I have any advice or guidance for my audition? Okay, so I've got Aphrodite. She's like coming in. I can't even read your question. I'll finish it. She's like, yes, just be your authentic, beautiful self. Like put your, she's like emphasizing like your beautiful face, and like just have no fear and present like in pure love, and just get excited about it. Like she wants you to like foster or cultivate the feeling of joy and gratitude for this opportunity. And just, I'm not saying you're not doing this, but this is what she's highlighting for you, is like the emphasis is on joy and gratitude, and just emphasizing your authentic beauty. She's showing Archangel Jophiel, I believe, who I think is the archangel of beauty, if I'm correct. Like also working with her energy and just to highlight like all of your power. So all of your goddess gifts and power. So it's not just like for you to be picked based on how you look, but how you feel inside, to have that feeling about yourself. And to feel like you're the most beautiful woman in the room or something like that is like the feeling she wants you to have within. But she's, yeah, with like to have these guides empower you with all of your goddess gifts and qualities to be highlighted in that audition. So ask for their help. So they will be with you, and they will be kind of like, I know you're very psychic yourself, and Brendita's a medium. She's a very clairaudient in her abilities and gifts. And so, yeah, like they'll speak to you. They'll kind of show you like what to highlight, what to emphasize, like what, you know, like if you're thinking about saying this or saying that, they'll kind of like give you a pullback if this is good, or like a high feeling. That's what they're saying, a high feeling, like an energetic bliss kind of feeling um of love, if it's like high vibrational for you to do something. I don't know. You know how auditions go. I really I would think that there's like protocol that they're going to have you do, and then you'll want to share certain things in certain ways. And so, but they want you to feel free to well, they're saying express yourself freely, like express all of your goddess gifts and powers freely. Like don't hold back any of the energy. Like don't um like, yeah, shy away from like the camera or just like your opportunity to shine. They want you to shine bright like a goddess. So, and they're kind of like highlighting that song, like shine bright like a diamond, that kind of that energy. So that's really beautiful, Brendita. I hope that helps you. Good luck with that. And Daniela asks, can I please have a message from Ashtar Saran? Okay, is this a different Ashtar than the one that we normally know about? Um, if it is, I wouldn't be familiar with this guide. I'm sorry. If it's the same, then I guess that would be the same. But I've never heard the Saran part. But that's who I would assume you would be asking for. If you could just type a quick like yes or no, or before I get into that. And then I'm just going to read some of the comments real quick. Yeah, that's awesome, Brindita. Everyone's definitely supporting you on that. Beautiful. And Benefcia says, thank you very much. That was great. You're so welcome. Okay, yeah, Kira sees you as a goddess, Brendita. You will rock. Totally agree. You probably don't need Aphrodite's help, but she's gonna be with you anyways. And does sound like fun, says James. One of his friends was an extra in a movie. Very cool. Okay, same. Okay, good. That's kind of what I was feeling. I was like, I don't know how many Ashtars there are out there. But you never know. I mean, you might have a unique guide on your team. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so please, a message from Astar. Yes, and I haven't connected with him. Oh wow. So I love the energy coming in. Okay, so I'm trying to get like, he's kind of showing me like a general message about like who he is, but I think we all know who he is. So I'm kind of like going, okay, so what do you want to share? Like he always shows me like a strong association with like Pleiadian energy too. But what is, he's highlighting like Galactic mission report for some reason, and that's kind of why I'm questioning like what does that have to do with Daniela? Um yeah, sorry, not she. He is just highlighting for you. Okay, this is why he's bringing that. I'm like, why are you bringing that in? He's highlighting for you like ambition and something about like the new moon energy. Okay, so that's why he was bringing in the Galactic Mission Report, because it's about the new moon energy. So he's highlighting that, like messages that were shared that would be empowering for you. So I'm hearing like fresh creative ideas. Like he wants you to create and freshly inspired ways. So it feels like your guides, like he's working with a lot of your guides on your team as one of them, but he's showing me that many of them are giving you or are helping to inspire you in like new creative ways and to empower you to take action on some of those creative plans and potentials. So, but he's saying this new moon energy is very powerful for that. So like there's a shift and transformation taking place, and some kind of activation coming in with his energy even right now that's going to help you connect into that like new birthing energy that the new moon brings. And that's really what he's highlighting the most. But I'm hearing like role reversal, so I don't really know what that means, but maybe there's like a a new way that you're going to be like feeling called to express yourself that might feel like different or like a flip of something that like a different way of like sharing something that maybe in the past you were doing it one way, but now you're kind of like switching it around or something. That's just sort of the feeling that I'm getting. Or there's new opportunities for you that are going to give you the example to shine your light and in like new fantastic ways that maybe your like mind hasn't fully came up with yet. But there's just a powerful new moon energy coming in for rebirthing and regeneration. Like he's highlighting the fountain of youth, but it feels like he's giving a general message too about like the power of this actual new moon activation. And he's reminding me, Ashtar is, that the other day, yesterday on my mission report. Okay, so I think he wants me to read this message because it's related to you, Daniela, but it's for the group. And it's funny because yesterday in the mission report, I talked about this deck, and I still have it here on my desk, because we're talking about David Bowie coming in with some messages. And I just got this Starman Tarot deck, which is based on, inspired by David Bowie, the artwork and the cards and all of that. And David Bowie had me pull a card for our group yesterday that I said I was going to read on the Galactic Mission Report, but I ended up not, like I forgot. And it's sitting on my desk and I wasn't sure if it was going to come in, but this is what he wants me to share with the group as part of like what he's trying to say about this new moon energy. And the card that I had pulled was Ace of Cups. Okay. But as you can see, there's like a cup here, like a chalice. And it mentions something about the fountain of youth in this like the guidebook message, which I'm gonna read. It's not too long, but I'll read it. Or I'll be guided to read what parts they want me to read. But that's why he's highlighting this message. Okay, so for me to read this. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, I overflow with the essence of life. This kind of ties into Aphrodite's message too. The great joyful climax of celebration pours from the cup after a sacrifice of time, energy, and comfort. It can be the union with self or another, the graceful sense of accomplishment and fullness after a long and arduous journey. Every drop of vitality has been used to reach this point. So, what he's stressing with me through this is this: we really should be like feeling like as a collective in a place of celebration. He wants us to view our cup as half full, not half empty. So that's a key to what is trying to come through this message. In the Ace of Cups artwork, a beautifully crafted cup or chalice of gold and silver is present. It overflows with life-giving waters gathered from the clouds, ravishing and pure. The abundance of life-sustaining water heralds new life. So they're highlighting water. So water is a really key element in the futuristic timelines of how we're going to heal the planet and heal ourselves and commune with nature through the element of water, because it's going to bring back our soul memories and activate us to remember our like higher, well, Christ potential, but also connect us into those higher timelines. So there's a lot of activations that you can do with water as well. And I'm hearing ritual magic as well to also work with the earth grid lines and ley lines to heal Mother Earth through healing the waters of Mother Earth. Okay, that's kind of a side message coming through. Um, Yes, the abundance of life-sustaining water heralds new life, cracks open the scorched clay earth below to reveal the hidden jewel of fecundity, I'm not sure about that word, which lies beneath. Golden roots are nourished, growing and anchoring, seeking new intelligent pathways. They send the twisted vine bursting into the sky and to freedom. A lotus flower, sensual and exquisite, innocently blooms in the foreground. It symbolizes the purity we reach when we overcome the muddy waters of attachment and desire. This card carries the energy of one who sacrifices for the love of another, the love which traverses harsh conditions and triumphs even when it seems there is nothing left to give. The power to grow and flourish is released. The sacred milk of life spills over in celebration. The tide comes in at last. Okay, so the tide comes in at last. This is kind of reminding me of King Arthur because I received a personal message that I never shared publicly from him like a long, long time ago that the tides were turning, the tides were turning. And that's kind of a key activating phrase I feel our guides are wanting to stress right now with just the fact that one of the themes that was presented in the mission report yesterday was the idea that the underdog, we're on the timeline where the underdog wins the fight. In other words, the tides of change have shifted in favor of the underdog winning, whereas up until this point in history, it's been very much the opposite way. So this is kind of what he's also highlighting about role reversal, like the roles are being reversed. There's a lot of symbolism in your message today, Daniela. Like, wow. Well, I'm being reminded David Bowie's on your team too. So I'm sure this is like a group effort here. The replenishing water returns, and everything feels the surge of this peak experience. The ecstatic pulse of existence rises and sweeps away negativity, cleansing you of the past sacrifices and discomforts, renewing you. So they're highlighting water being the source of life, um, that of our planet anyways. That's where all life was birthed, from the water element. And it's what's going to return in abundance and free flowing, to cleanse us and purify us of all the heartache that we had to endure. That's why they were talking about the hero's journey. It's like the struggle we had to take to get to this place of change and power in the collective consciousness. Okay, the Ace of Cups communicates the energy of regeneration. Barren items can now bear fruit. Ideas requiring a tremendous amount of hard work and sacrifice can now be realized. Consciously open yourself to receive this nourishing stream of calm. That was what Source was saying. Flowing energy into your life and see it birth new life. The theme of regeneration is connected to the fountain of youth in mythological tales, the search for the spring, which purportedly restores the youth of anyone who drinks its waters, thus becoming re-enchanted with life. For the fountain enlivens those with creative possibilities. As life nourishes you, so you wish to give in return. Offer your brilliance to the altar of love, a deep loving and appreciation for the life you have been gifted. Wow, that pretty much sums up all the messages that came through already. And I love the poetic way that your guides want to share that message with you, Daniela, and with the group. David Bowie being like definitely involved in how that wanted to present today. So thank you for that question, and for the opportunity to share that. I'm definitely, let me just peek on at the comments again. You're welcome, Brendita. Michael Jackson came to you when, Michael Jackson came to me when I was talking to Jim today. He said he wants to talk today. Oh, wow. I love that. Okay, great. I'm also excited to hear from Michael Jackson also. Woo, woo. That's awesome. We're so interconnected. He came through you because I've been, like processing some stuff. In it's awesome. But yes, I'm definitely going to get to Jim's question. That will probably be the last question I'm getting. And I'm seeing, yes, thank you, Kara. You're also a goddess of resilience. Yes, absolutely, Kara is. I've also learned from your light. That's beautiful. I love our supportive, loving community of soul sisters and brothers and Christ consciousness. Yes, grid work with water sounds amazing. Yes, I've been getting so many different like guides and messages coming through around water a lot lately. specifically. And so very powerful. Okay, let me go to Michael. Oh my gosh, we're going to end with Michael here. Where's the, let me, so here it is. Okay. A message from Michael Jackson, please, and my connection to Michael. So before I like grab this message back up, I hear he like, you know, that little like laugh that he does, just to kind of like signal that like, yeah, because I'm not in my mind, I'm like, Michael, are you here? And I hear that as like the response. So it's like so funny. He's like, yeah, I'm tickling your ear. Like he's been trying to get my attention, and he's like trying to give me like a wake up call so I can hear his messages stronger with like more clarity. um okay, so let me see what, yeah, about connection to Jim, your connection to Jim, and message for him, please. So he's help activating you into your higher heart. It's like he loves your okay, he's using the word jubilous or jubilee or something like that, like jubilous and joyful, like childlike nature. He loves like the innocence of it all, like what you represent. Like your energy is so magic to him. He's like, it's so childlike, it's so like fun and effervescent, and its ability to like your sense of adventure. Okay, so he somehow when he said activating, I was getting like higher heart. Yeah, that's what I did. I did say that. But okay, there's a lot coming in all around. Okay, so he was showing me going back. Um, he's saying something about like dancing on your feet. So I don't know if you like dance or sing in the shower or something like that, but that's coming out. It's either like, and he's using the word cloud nine, like he wants you to be on cloud nine, or that like that, either that or that's how he sees your energy. Or it's just like you're a bright light to him. So he wants to communicate with you more through like music on the radio and songs that he's around. And um he's highlighting the song Beat It for some reason out of all the songs, and Bad also. um but yeah, so he wants like he loves that you dance to the beat of like your own drum, that you don't just take other people's word for it. You kind of go out and you find it, you figure it out for yourself. Like yeah, you receive a lot of like guidance from like mediums and things like people and friends around you, but you really like to go straight to the source of the information, and you like to just like hone in on your own gifts and figure it out. Like he's just like that detective, like sleuth. He's highlighting the word detective and sleuth, like that like private investigator kind of like aspect to you. You have that private investigator aspect to you. And he's like, you could really help like solve some murder mysteries and crimes. And he's kind of like winking, because he knows that's a part of like what I'm kind of learning about his particular case and study of what happened to him. It was definitely foul play. And yeah, when we get to channeling him for my YouTube, I'll definitely be sharing more on that situation as he wants to. But in general, he loves that like sleuth detective attitude. Like you don't take someone else's word for it. You just kind of like go for the gold. Like you hunt. You're like the hunter that's like always looking for like the golden piece, the missing piece of information that's gonna make it all make sense, kind of thing. So he likes that about you, and yeah, he's just he's around you. And so he wanted to make a heart connection with you. That's why he was like, there is a soul connection. I feel kind of like a past life or something, where like, you know, you were a fan of his in some sense of the word, but maybe in a different timeline or era, you connected with him in some way. But he keeps going back to like the sleuth and the detective aspect, element of your nature. So um it's almost like he's showing me that you might have helped uncover like a case in the past, or like a missing persons case or something like that, that might have involved him or like a family member of him, or like somebody that was close to him in a past life that maybe you helped like solve their murder. That's kind of what he's showing me. Not necessarily him in that past life, but like maybe someone that he knew, or like a loved one, or something that you were like highly regarded detective or somebody in that life. But like that's what he wants you to put like your detective skills on and your detective hat on. So really highlighting that with you very strong. But in general here to make a heart connection and just to remind everybody that he's around, and kind of like also to come through and like sneak in a message for me as well as confirmation, because I have definitely been connecting to him very much in the last a few days. So that is the message for you, Jim. And I thought it was really cool, but I would love to hear anything you want to share on that. And yeah, the he. Yeah, he. I mean, like nobody, you just don't hear that. It's like he. Like, and he's so like childlike and innocent and playful. He's really fun to work with as a guide. And yeah, Daniela says, Rachel, thank you very much for this exciting share. And my messages for others. Water is mentioned a lot. Yes, that's right. You are very connected to like the elements and the water, and that comes up for you. So I feel like, yeah, that was synchronistic in a way that they would share that with you in that with the water symbolism. Oh my gosh, Eric calls Jim Sherlock Holmes. Yes, I know. I was kind of remembering that as he's showing me that, but yeah, it's he's saying spies in disguise or something. I think there's a movie that's a Disney movie about that. But like undercover spies, like you're like undercover spies, or you like to go undercover to like figure things out and like sort out all the missing. Oh my god, I said the wrong word because I'm blending two words together because they're saying puzzle piece, but they're using the word missing. So the missing piece of the puzzle. It's like you're kind of playing detective in certain ways. And so like you're good at like he's showing me like finding like mismatched or misaligned information, or like where the data like doesn't add up, or like where there's like a mismatch in like pieces that you're trying to put together but like they don't quite fit, but you like want them to fit because it would be easier if they did. Some people without a trained eye would like miss the finer detail or the finer print, look a little closer, and they're actually like very close puzzle pieces. They look like a match, but they're not exactly a match. So something like that's really interesting that he's coming in more with that too, even just as I'm saying that. But anyways, so I'm going to, yeah, end it here, guys. I really enjoyed this session. I'm really happy Michael came in, and Aphrodite and Source, and all of the beautiful messages that were shared. Thank you for your questions, and I hope to see you all again next week. And please, if you're here and you benefited from the reading in some way or the messages that came through, please, or you're watching the replay, please like and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow my channel and grow a bigger audience so that more of you can receive higher vibrational messages from your team and for the collective. So thank you all. We'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.